One of the biggest fears many people have about aging is passing away in their sleep without warning, without a chance to say goodbye, without a final moment with loved ones. The thought of going to bed like any other night and never waking up can feel unsettling, both for us and for the people who care about us. And yet, for many seniors, this happens far too often. The worst part? In many cases, it could have been prevented. Imagine this: a 71-year-old man spent his evening like any other, watching TV, chatting with his family, and heading to bed as usual. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary, but the next morning he never woke up. His family was in shock. There were no major health problems, no signs of distress. So what happened? The truth is, small nighttime mistakes can increase the risk of heart attacks, strokes, breathing issues, and other health complications, especially for seniors. And the worst part? Most people don't even realise they're making these mistakes. The good news? Small changes make a big difference. By avoiding a few common bedtime mistakes, you can drastically lower your risk of health problems, improve your sleep, and wake up feeling stronger every morning. In this guide, we'll cover 5 dangerous bedtime habits seniors need to avoid, and what to do instead. Some of these might surprise you, while others could be things you've been doing for years without realising their impact. By the time we finish, you'll have practical, easy-to-follow solutions to help you sleep better and stay healthier for longer. And most importantly, you'll learn how to protect yourself and your loved ones from silent nighttime risks. Let's get started with the first mistake: eating heavy meals too close to bedtime. Mistake number 1: eating heavy meals too close to bedtime. Why late-night eating becomes a silent threat. After 70. Picture this. It's 9 p.m, you've just enjoyed a hearty dinner, perhaps a rich pasta dish or a comforting roast, and you settle into bed shortly after. At first, it feels like a perfect end to the day. But then, a few hours later, you jolt awake with a burning sensation in your chest, a bloated stomach, or even your heart pounding faster than usual. For many seniors, this isn't just an occasional annoyance. It's a warning sign. Eating heavy meals too close to bedtime can turn a peaceful night into a health hazard, especially after 70. As we age, our digestive system slows down significantly. That big meal doesn't break down as fast as it did in your 40s or 50s. Instead, it lingers in your stomach, increasing the chances of acid reflux. When you lie down too soon, gravity can't keep stomach acid where it belongs, letting it creep up into your esophagus. This can cause more than just heartburn. It might leave you coughing, feeling like you're choking, or struggling to breathe in the middle of the night. Over months or years, this chronic irritation could even raise your risk of esophageal cancer, a fear that looms larger as we get older. Beyond digestion, late-night eating puts unexpected pressure on your heart. A heavy meal spikes your blood pressure and forces your heart to work overtime, pumping harder when it should be resting. For seniors, this isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Studies link late meals to higher risks of heart attacks and strokes during sleep, especially if you already deal with high blood pressure or cholesterol. Common companions in our later years. Add in the blood sugar spikes that come with late eating, and you're looking at a recipe for diabetes complications, even if you've never been diagnosed. The hidden risks. Seniors can't afford to ignore. What you might not realise is how much this habit steals from you. Poor sleep quality is one of the first casualties. Your body's too busy digesting to let you sink into that deep, healing rest you need. Then there's the threat of aspiration pneumonia, a terrifying possibility where weakened throat muscles, another age-related change, let stomach contents slip into your lungs, sparking infections that can land you in the hospital. For many elderly folks, the fear of losing independence makes these risks feel all too real. A smarter way to end your day. The good news? You can dodge these dangers with one simple shift: the 3-hour rule. Aim to finish your last meal at least 3 hours before bed. say wrapping up dinner by 7 p.m. if you're asleep by 10. This gives your stomach time to settle, easing the strain on your body. Can't resist a late-night bite? Skip the leftover lasagna or ice cream, common culprits seniors love, and reach for something gentle instead. A handful of almonds or walnuts offers heart-healthy fats without the heaviness. A banana, packed with magnesium, can relax your muscles and calm your nerves. Or sip a warm cup of chamomile tea, a soothing ritual that signals your body it's time to wind down. With this small tweak, you'll wake up lighter, refreshed, and with your heart thanking you. Mistake number 2, drinking too many liquids before bed. Why that evening? Glass of water could cost you after 70. Hydration is a buzzword we all hear, but here's a twist. Drinking too much before bed can quietly unravel your health, especially past 70. Maybe you've got a habit of sipping water or tea right up until lights out, thinking it's keeping you healthy. But if you're waking up 2, 3, or even 4 times a night to shuffle to the bathroom, you're not just losing sleep, you're stepping into risky territory. For seniors, those nighttime bathroom trips aren't just inconvenient, they can turn into a nightmare. Aging changes how your body handles fluids. Your bladder weakens, holding less than it used to, while your kidneys keep filtering even as you sleep. That glass of water at 9 p.m? It's practically a ticket to a restless night, and it's not just about comfort. Frequent waking carries bigger threats. Stumbling out of bed in the dark, groggy and half asleep, raises your odds of a fall. Many elderly folks know the dread of a broken hip or a hospital stay after a tumble, often triggered by something as simple as standing up too fast and feeling dizzy from postural hypotension. A sudden blood pressure drop, common after 70. It doesn't stop at falls. Constantly interrupting your sleep robs you of the deep rest that keeps your immune system strong and your mind sharp. Research warns that seniors who wake often at night face higher risks of dementia, a fear that hits close to home when you notice memory slips or struggle to find the right word. Even your heart feels the strain. Poor sleep messes with fluid balance, sometimes leaving you dehydrated despite all that water, which thickens your blood and ups the chance of clots or strokes in the night. A safer hydration plan. You don't need to ditch water, just rethink the timing. Load up on fluids earlier. Aim to drink 75% of your daily goal before dinner, say by 5 or 6 p.m. After that, taper off. If you're thirsty later, take small sips instead of gulps. Watch out for sneaky liquid sources too. Soups, melons, or even that evening apple can add up. And steer clear of caffeine or alcohol past midday. That cup of decaf or glass of wine might still trick your kidneys into overdrive. Master this hydration trick, and you'll cut those midnight treks, sleep deeper, and wake up steadier on your feet. Mistake number 4, sleeping in the wrong position. Why how you sleep could quietly undermine your health. After 70, think about how you settle into bed each night. Maybe you've always sprawled on your back, arms flung wide, or curled up on your right side like you did decades ago. It feels familiar, even comforting, like an old friend. But after 70, that trusted position might be turning against you, quietly wreaking havoc on your breathing, circulation, and heart. Aging shifts the rules of rest, and what once worked can now leave you vulnerable when you're least aware, deep in the night. Let's start with sleeping on your back. It seems harmless, even natural, but it's a setup for trouble as we age. Your throat muscles and tongue, softened by time, relax too much and slump backward, narrowing your airway. For some seniors, this sparks loud snoring, a nuisance to bedmates, but for others, it's the gateway to sleep apnea, where breathing stops entirely for seconds or minutes. Each pause starves your brain of oxygen, jolting your heart into overdrive to compensate. Over months or years, this can fuel high blood pressure, heart disease, or even a stroke. Nightmare scenarios when you've watched peers battle these very conditions. And if you wake up short of breath, or with a dry mouth, it's a sign your body's been fighting just to keep you going. Then there's the habit of sleeping on your right side. For years, it might have felt fine. Maybe it's how you've drifted off since your 30s. But studies hint at a catch. This position can press on your heart, especially if you've got a history of heart trouble, like that flutter you've noticed or the pills your doctor prescribed. The right side tilt shifts your organs slightly, making your heart pump harder when it should be coasting through the night. Fluid buildup in the lungs, a risk for those with weaker circulation, can creep in, leaving you coughing or wheezing by morning. Add in the stiff neck or sore hips many seniors feel, and it's clear. The wrong position isn't just uncomfortable, it's a thief of vitality. Spinal alignment matters more now too. Years of wear on your joints mean a twisted neck or slumped back doesn't bounce back like it used to. Sleeping flat without support can pinch nerves, spark arthritis flare-ups, or leave you hobbling to the bathroom with a stiff spine. For elderly folks who fear losing mobility, dreading the day a cane or walker becomes necessary, these aches aren't just annoyances, they're red flags. Insights and fixes to sleep smarter. The good news? You can rewrite this story with a few adjustments. Start by switching to your left side. It's the gold standard for seniors. This position takes pressure off your heart, letting it rest instead of wrestle. It also keeps stomach acid down, dodging that midnight burn many elderly folks dread after a big meal. Plus, it opens your airways, easing breathing. A boon if you've noticed yourself huffing more on stairs lately. Studies back this up. Left side sleeping boosts circulation and cuts the odds of waking up gasping. A relief when every good night feels like a victory. To make it stick, grab a body pillow. Nothing fancy, just a long cushion to hug. It stops you from rolling onto your back when dreams pull you sideways. If your hips or knees ache, a common complaint after 70, slip a thin pillow between your legs. It aligns your spine, easing that morning creakiness so you can shuffle to the coffee pot without wincing. Elevate your head a bit too. Not too high, just enough to tilt your throat open. A wedge pillow, or an extra firm one, works wonders, cutting snoring and helping you breathe like you did decades ago. Still struggling? Check your mattress. If it's sagging from years of use, maybe that same one from your kids' college days, it's time for a firmer upgrade. A medium firm bed cradles your joints without sinking you into bad habits. And if you're a stomach sleeper, a rare but stubborn breed, ease off it. Your neck twists too far and your lungs can't expand fully. Try transitioning with pillows propping you halfway to your side. These tweaks aren't just about comfort, they're about waking up with energy to enjoy that morning walk or grandkid visit, not dragging through the day fearing the next ache or stumble. Mistake number 3, sleeping in a room that's too warm. There's something comforting about a warm bedroom, especially on chilly nights. Maybe you've cranked the heater or piled on the blankets, thinking it's the key to a cozy sleep. But after 70, that warmth can backfire, turning your rest into a health hazard. Our bodies don't cool off as well as they used to. Sweating slows, and heat lingers longer. Overheating at night isn't just uncomfortable, it's a quiet threat that seniors often overlook. When your room's too warm, your heart takes the hit. It has to pump harder to shed that extra heat, stressing a system that's already working overtime with age. For many elderly folks, this can tip the scales toward a nighttime heart attack or stroke, fears that creep in when you think about family history or that occasional chest tightness. Dehydration sneaks in too. Even light sweating overnight can dry you out, thickening your blood and raising clot risks. And if you wake up groggy or soaked in sweat, your sleep's taken a beating, leaving you vulnerable to stress, memory fog, and even dementia down the road. A cool solution for better nights. Flip the script with a cooler bedroom. Aim for 18 to 20 degrees, the sweet spot for deep, restorative sleep. Ditch those heavy polyester blankets for breathable cotton or linen, and trade flannel pajamas for loose, moisture-wicking fabrics. Crack a window or run a fan to keep air moving. Stale, warm rooms only make things worse. Hydrate smartly during the day so you're not parched at night. avoiding the need for late drinks that send you to the bathroom. Cool your space and you'll wake up sharper, calmer, and with a heart that's not racing to keep up. Mistake number 5. Ignoring sleep. Apnea and snoring problems. Snoring's easy to shrug off. Maybe it's been your soundtrack for years. Your spouse teases you over breakfast, or you joke about rattling the walls. But after 70, that rumble isn't just a quirk. It's a flashing alarm many seniors miss. It could mean sleep apnea, a condition where your breathing stops and restarts dozens, even hundreds of times a night. Each pause robs your body of oxygen, and what feels like just a bad night could be shaving years off your life or ending it abruptly in your sleep. Here's how it unfolds. When your airway collapses, often from those sagging throat muscles age brings, your brain panics, jolting you awake just enough to gasp air back in. You might not remember it, but your heart does. Every stop-start spikes your blood pressure, hammering a system that's already weathered decades. Over time, this breeds irregular heartbeats, heart failure, or a silent heart attack, terrors that hit hard when you've buried friends to these culprits. Studies peg untreated sleep apnea as tripling your stroke risk, a chilling stat if you've ever felt that fleeting numbness or worried about the big one. Your brain's in the crosshairs too. Oxygen dips starve your grey matter, killing cells bit by bit. For seniors, this isn't abstract. It's the fog when you can't recall your neighbour's name, or the dread of Alzheimer's shadowing your golden years. Research ties sleep apnea to a 50% higher dementia risk, a fear that grows when you see loved ones fade. And it's not just nights. Daytime drags with exhaustion, making you nod off in the recliner or stumble or reaching for the remote. For elderly folks who prize independence, this drowsiness ups the odds of a fall or a fender bender, accidents that can steal your freedom overnight. Don't overlook the subtler tolls. Chronic fatigue saps your mood, grumpiness creeps in, and those grandkid visits feel draining instead of joyful. Weight gain sneaks up too. Poor sleep messes with hunger hormones, pushing you toward that extra cookie or slice of pie. Trouble if diabetes runs in the family. And if you're on blood pressure meds, common after 70, untreated apnea can make them less effective, leaving you exposed despite your diligence. Catch it early, reclaim your nights. Wondering if it's more than snoring? Run this checklist. Do you saw logs loud enough to wake the house? Ever jolt awake choking or gulping air? Feel like you've run a marathon despite 8 hours in bed? Does your partner swear you stop breathing? Or worse, shake you to restart it? Even one yes screams for action. Start with your doctor. A sleep study, sometimes done at home now, can confirm it. If apnea's the culprit, a CPAP machine might sound daunting, but it's a lifeline. Steady air keeps your throat open, slashing those risks overnight. Users swear it's like trading a jackhammer for silence. Sleep becomes deep, not desperate. While you wait, tweak your habits. Sleep on your left side. It's not a cure, but it cuts airway collapse compared to your back. Prop your head with a wedge pillow, higher than you think, about 6 to 8 inches, to let gravity help. Ditch that evening beer or nightcap. Alcohol relaxes your throat too much, a trap many seniors fall into for relaxation. If you're carrying extra pounds, easy after years of slowing down, shedding even 10% of your weight can ease the strain. Think smaller portions or a daily stroll. Nasal strips from the drugstore can open your nose too. Cheap and worth a shot if congestion's a factor. For peace of mind, track it. A smartwatch or app can flag irregular breathing patterns, crude, but a clue until you see a pro. And talk to your family. Apnea often runs in the genes, so that cousin's tired all the time story might be your wake-up call. Act now, and you're not just silencing the snores, you're guarding your heart, sharpening your mind, and ensuring you're still here to enjoy the moments that matter most. Now that we've covered the 5 major bedtime mistakes that can put your health at risk after 70, you have the knowledge to make simple but powerful changes to protect yourself. A good night's sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's about keeping your heart strong, your brain sharp, and your body healthy. By avoiding these common mistakes and adopting better bedtime habits, you can wake up feeling refreshed and reduce your risk of serious health problems. To improve your sleep and overall health, start by picking just one habit to change tonight. Even a small adjustment can make a big difference. Share this information with a loved one, as many seniors don't realize how much their nighttime habits affect their well-being. If you notice signs of sleep apnea, poor circulation, or frequent nighttime discomfort, talk to your doctor to get proper guidance. Which of these bedtime mistakes surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and let us know what change you plan to make tonight. If you found this helpful, share it with a friend or family member who could benefit from better sleep habits. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss valuable health tips that can improve your life. By making smart choices at bedtime, you're giving yourself the best chance at living longer, feeling stronger, and waking up ready to enjoy each day.